Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Viewers, today we want to consider trying to wrap up the topic or explanation that has to do with Alif and Lam, with the moon and the sun letters. So first, today in this video, we'll be looking at what the judgment or what the ruling of moon letters with the Alif and Lam is called, and the rulings of Alif and Lam which with the sun letter is also called. So when we have the Alif and Lam, in this case we are dealing with the Alif and Lam, together with the Shamsiya and Qamariya letter, the sun and the moon letters. So the ruling for Alif and Lam and the sun moon letters is referred to as al-izhar, 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 al-izhar. So is the ruling, the judgment for applying together when combining Alif and Lam with moon letters. The ruling is called al-izhar. So when the lam is being manifested, that is why it is called al-izhar. That is to show or appearing the lam with the sukun, or make it manifestation in this case. Also, the ruling for the sun letters together with Alif and Lam is also referred to as al-idgham, 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 al-idgham. So here is also refers to as uniting the lam with one of the Shamsiya letter in order to make it fix into each other, or you fuse the lam into the one of the Shamsiya letter. So that's why we have it in English to be interpreted as to fuse or uniting or combination of it, or to combine it together. So in this way, you understand and now know that the ruling for Alif and Lam together with the moon letters is called al-izhar, as I've said earlier. Why the one of the Shamsiya with the Alif and Lam, that is the sun letter, is also called al-idgham. Okay, let's move and show us expressed how when a word, or when we combine Alif and Lam with any Shamsiya letter, or a word preceded or starts with any of the Shamsiya letter or Qamariya letter, and it's going to be joined with what? The Alif and Lam. So without being preceded with anything, and also when it is preceded with another letter or word. So here, let's say we have the Alif, the Lam. We want to start with the moon letters. So let's say we are joining this with the any letters. Let's say we have Turuk, To. These are already joined together. To, Ra, and Qaf. To have Dhamma with the To, and the Ra also having Dhamma. Then we are given this probably the nunation. So this would then be Turukun. So I have started with the Shamsiya letter in this case, because To is one of the Shamsiya letters. So I already said we start with the Qamariya letter before. That is the moon letters. So let's have that also. We have the Lam and the Alif. So we'll be joined with another letter. In this case, we have, let's say we have in this case the Alif, then Ya, together with, then the Ya has silent sound, together with the Da having the what, or maybe also the Domatan, the nunation. So let's see how this will be expressed when we are combining this. Don't forget, we said the Alif is going to be expressed with the Fatha, and the lam with the sukun. Oh, that is for the case of for the case of the Komariya. We have the alif on the lam. So then we also have the sukun on the lam, alif, fatha on the alif, then the sukun on the lam for the case of the moon letters. And for the case of the sun letters, we have fatha on the alif, then nothing will be expressed with the lam. Okay, so to combine this and express the way it's going to be read out or loudly is to, firstly, what we're going to also consider here is that one of these dhamma is going to be wiped off. It's going to be wiped off. Then we are not going to express it when it has been completely combined with the alif and lam. So take care of that. Note that. So we have the alif with the fatha, then the what? The lam, which is going to be joined with what? With the ta. Okay, and the ta will be joined with what? With the ra and the qaf separating from the ra. Okay, we have the what? This dhamma, then the dhamma on the ra. We say one of the dhamma will be omitted, so we'll be left with one dhamma here because the alif and lam has been combined with it. Will reduce the dhamma to one. That is the rule in Arabic. So the shamsiya, as we said earlier, is going to be expressed with what? With the shaddu. Okay, this is how it is going to be expressed. But as we told us, the way it's going to be read is to omit the lam. So we now have this. Ta. So this is how it's going to be expressed. So now let's do that of the moon letters. So for the case of the moon letters, we are going to retain the lam for when it is going to be read out or when it is going to be expressed. Okay, so we have the lam, the alif with the fatha, then we are combining the lam sukun with the alif, so it gives us lam alif. So we then have the lam alif. The sukun come on top of the lam, while the alif then retain its hamza and the fatha. Okay, so we then have the ya that will not be joined with it. So it gives us the ya of the beginning of the word. So we have it this way. And also the same applies to the Komariya also. The dhamma will be reduced to 1. Okay, the dhamma will be reduced to 1. So the same way we wrote it down is the same way it is going to be read also for the Komariya case. Okay, this is it. Okay, and to read this we have al-aidu, al-aidu. So we are manifesting the lam. So for the case of the shamsiya, at-turuku, at-turuku, it is going to be read this way and it is going to appear this way. That is, it is going to be written down this way. For the Komariya, the moon letters, it will be read this way also, and the same way it's going to be written down. Okay, it's going to be written down the same way it's going to be read. Okay, take this and make sure you hold on to this. Do not forget this very point. So what of if we have a word preceding in this case or a letter? Let's say we have Waaw to precede what we have joined here. So we then have the alif. Let's give that Waaw any sound. So we give it fatha. Then we have that. So we have, okay. So as you can see over here, so this will now be written as, will be written down this way because it has been preceded with a letter, or when it is preceded with a word, it will be written down this way. So in this case, when it is preceded with a letter or word, then we then omit that alif. We omit the alif. So for the case of the moon letters, so we then have it to be read this way with the lam alif, then that of the remaining letters too. So it will be read this way, it will be written down this way when it is preceded with any letter or word. Okay, so we have wal aidu, Wal aidu. Wal aidu. We have omitted the alif fatha when we are reading it. Wal aidu. Okay, what of the case of the shamsiya when it is preceded with any letter or word? Let's say we have the wow again, and let's bring back what we have combined over here. So we have this. So we have this. Okay. Okay. So this way it is going to be expressed. This is the way it is going to be expressed, written down. So for the case of the shamsiya, the sun letters, the lam and the alif will be omitted when nothing is being preceded during the case of alif and lam for the shamsiya. Okay, we only omitted the lam. Okay, when it is being preceded with any word or letter, then we also omit the lam and the alif that has the fatha. So we then have it this way when it is going to be read out. So we have this. So it is going to be written down this way and it is going to be read this way. So we then have waturuku. That is what we are reading here. Waturuku. But here, this way is going to be shown. But we are reading it this way. Wal aidu. Wal aidu. Waturuku. Wal aidu. So we are going to stop here in order not to make this video too long. Inshallah, we'll be coming up with more exciting lesson like this. So stay tuned in our next lesson as we'll be listing down some words, some expression that entails alif and lam so that we can all read it together to grab the reading properly. So we meet in the next video. Stay safe and stay tuned and subscribe to the channel. Also like the video. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.